Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Commercial court judge Vesna Malenica, bankruptcy manager Pero Hrkac, and 3 others were arrested last night in an anti-corruption sting operation. Today they answered questions on the suspicion of white-collar crimes committed over the past decade that netted them personal profits of over €3.5 million. Prosecutors have until Thursday to decide whether to request the court to keep them in investigative custody.
This operation has been in the works since December 2016. Our next steps will now depend on the outcome of the conversations that will take place at the State Attorney's Office. This has to do more with her inconsequential actions, in other words, her failure to act in certain situations.
A court in Sarajevo has ruled that Bosnia and Herzegovina does not recognize the authority of Croatia's so-called Lex Agrokor, saying a positive ruling would not be in the public interest. However, Agrokor's lawyer in the case, Branko Maric, believes the verdict is legal nonsense, noting that a London court has already issued a ruling in support of the legislation. He added that the verdict would have no effect on their continued business operations in that country. Meanwhile, the CEO of Russia's state-owned Sberbank, Herman Gref, said the decision by restructuring manager Ante Ramljak to exclude Sberbank from Agrokor's creditors' council was a form of blackmail. Sberbank released a statement saying they would not shy away from protecting their interests.
We have publicly highlighted our exclusively constructive position. At the same time, it is obvious that as a large company we cannot tolerate our rights being disrespected in this way. As long as the situation remains unchanged, we will be forced to defend our rights in court, and nothing will be able to change our position.
Parliament's Investigative Commission for Agrokor heard testimony from former Prime Minister Franjo Gregurić. Gregurić told the Commission that he in no way contributed to the rise of Agrokor. He said that the chaos of the homeland war had placed priorities on the care of refugees and not on monitoring individual privatization deals. Commission President Orsat Miljenić strongly disagrees.
I did not participate in any way in any business transactions in which Ivica Todorić attained certain assets. I did not provide any advice nor help, nor did I participate in any oversight committee or anything of the sort. Most of his companies were attained and developed after I had already left the government, meaning after 1992. That is when everything began. Everyone knows how the system worked back in the 1990s and how decisions were made. According to today's testimony, it turns out that the person who was the Prime Minister, a Member of Parliament, a director of several companies, and Deputy President of the ruling party, an advisor to the President of the country, had no idea about a single privatization deal.
A conference was held in Zagreb titled Fires in Croatia, Defense and Prevention. Fire chiefs from around the country, cabinet ministers, and President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović discussed how to prevent fires and improve the firefighting system as a whole. The president then responded to media requests to address her recent criticism of the economy and the government's social policies.
Like I said in my speech, I was commenting on the state of the country over the past 25 years. I was clearly not placing the blame on one government, especially one that has been in power for only 1 year. Therefore, everyone is guilty to some degree. I include myself in this regard as well, because I was the foreign minister in one of the former governments. We simply haven't done enough. The problem isn't that Croatia is stagnating, it's that other countries are overtaking us. It's obvious that other countries are implementing reforms and have better policies. I think we should look at these issues and continue to work on them.
A public debate began today on the proposed liquid natural gas terminal on the island of Krk. The project is of strategic importance for Croatia and is strongly supported by the European Union. Meanwhile, more and more opposition to the project has surfaced regarding its environmental impact. Taking a quick look at sports, Ante Nazor has officially been named as the head coach of Cibona, Zagreb's storied basketball club. Nazor coached Zadar for 3 seasons before serving 1 year at the helm of Macedonia's MZT.
The team is in a tough situation. I feel like we have reached our absolute lowest point and we cannot continue in this way any further. I hope that we can begin on a positive path as soon as possible.
In tennis, at the ATP World Tour Finals underway in London, Croatia's Marin Cilic will not be moving on to the semi-finals after failing to close out wins versus Alexander Zverev of Germany and the USA's Jack Sock. Cilic will play his final match against Roger Federer tomorrow. Unfortunately, the result will have no meaning for either player.
The weather forecast for tomorrow calls for scattered clouds and periods of sunshine along the coast. Continental regions will be mostly cloudy, light showers expected in places, while higher elevations could see sleet and snow. Light rain is possible on the coast as well, especially in the open seas. A moderate to strong northeasterly wind will continue on the coast, with gale force gusts earlier in the day. Winds should die down by the afternoon. Morning lows of between 0 and 5 degrees inland and between 7 and 13 on the coast will give way to highs of 2 to 7 inland and 12 to 17 degrees Celsius on the coast. The continent can expect cloudy skies and isolated showers to prevail until Saturday, while Sunday looks to be mostly sunny. The Adriatic coast should be mostly sunny with light rain in the north from Friday night through to Saturday. A weak to moderate northeasterly will continue and pick up strength on Sunday.
That brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night.